So they did an agreed order for this public defender, but it's exactly. God, that's what I'm saying. Come on, Dad. Yeah. So they did an agreed order, but I don't know nothing, and my name didn't get called. Thank you. Have a blessed day. Hi, how are you?
Is it alright if he's in here?
Yes.
If you say it in front of him, then it's not confidential between us.
He's my father. I
Okay.
thought having a public defender was all public information anyway.
No, that's not how it works. It's still attorney-client privilege.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
My name's Jessica.
Jessica.
Okay. But if you're okay, if he's your
Yes.
father, then that's okay.
Before you get started, I got some issues or some things I need clarification on because I'm kind of not taking care of Sharina, but I'm going through it with her.
Okay.
And my question is one, well not the question statement. This has been going on for a minute.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And even the last attorney,
Jeremy
said
Aldridge.
that this needs to come to a head because it's been going on for a while, continuances, whatever the case may be. I don't know when you were assigned this case, but had she not came up here, whatever the case may be, she had no notification she was even supposed to be here
For today?
for
Yes.
that,
Okay.
which would have led to an FTA.
Yeah.
And a bench
Would have
warrant.
compiled her
I-
own, and she didn't know it, so she would have got arrested.
I was like, I remember that you had.
So I guess what I'm saying is, I mean, she's had several
Yeah.
attorneys, you being the third that I know, and the incident today would have landed her in trouble, because we were actually planning on, we thought, we were in this room last a month and a half ago,
July 31st.
it was pre-trial, and the last thing we heard was we had a trial date.
Yes.
So then she comes to court, and it gets continued, from what I understand.
On the jury date, the
on
trial
the jury
date.
date,
And then that's when you, I guess, I don't know whose signature is on the paperwork.
mine.
Okay. An agreed order.
and,
Yes.
Yeah. So I don't understand what happened.
Well, it had to be continued because I took over this docket in October and I didn't have contact information from you. And so I didn't feel like we should be going to trial if I hadn't had an opportunity
Which
to
is
talk
what I
to you
thought.
yet.
Okay. Do you have her contact information now?
I do not, but that was going to be part of what I asked.
Okay.
How do I have-
I just had to get this out because I can't remember everything. So.
Can I get your phone number?
270-990-7830.
And do you have
But the phone number is in the file on a
Okay.
waiver, so I don't understand how you did not contact me.
Well, it might be in the court file.
Yes, the court file.
But it was not in the file that I had in my office.
Okay. That's an administration. Okay. 'Cause
Yeah. So I have it now, and additionally, even then, that wouldn't have been enough time to prepare for trial.
Right.
So
And so my last attorney was aware of that because he told us he was only going to be on the case for 30 days, but he scheduled the pretrial conference and the final pretrial conference
Yes.
and the jury trial,
yes, and
knowing that the next attorney would not have time.
yes.
So I don't understand that. Isn't
Well,
that a
he-
mistrial in itself? Scheduling
Well,
it.
it's not a mistrial. It is.
A pretrial mistrial.
He was.
It's a
doing
pretrial
what he
mistrial.
could to get out without having to do.
Right.
much
So is that
more work.
misconduct?
I don't think it's misconduct. It's just a dick move. It's technically not something that's sanctionable, but it was just not a very nice thing.
It was just sloppy, is what she said.
It was just sloppy, yeah. That's a better term than what I used, but
Not a
And
criminal
so-
offense, but just
yeah,
Okay, but-
it's not something you would get in trouble for. It's just
Well, I
we're
would have
not-
got today because of his dick move. I wouldn't even have got called and a failure to. I don't know what happened today.
Exactly, and I made
So
sure that
that's
they take court notice.
costly and that's misconduct.
And
It's not
if
just
you
the dick
hadn't
move.
been here,
I've
I
already been
would've-
arrested
And
twice.
if you hadn't been here, I would have made sure that they didn't issue a bench warrant because I know that you have been yanked around on this for so long.
Yeah.
So
and I don't think the judge would have fought me because he's familiar with your case.
okay.
So.
We're moving forward.
So how do we get to agreed order to you getting there when
So
I didn't do
when-
another request for counsel?
Because once the public defender is appointed, unless you hire somebody or make a motion to represent yourself that the judge grants, you have a public defender. It's just
Right.
that the who was handling that docket changed because Mr. Aldridge had a contract through the office. That contract ended unexpectedly. Frankfurt said no more
Okay.
and took it away on very short notice, and so now I actually am
Pick it
in
up,
the
right.
public defender's
Well,
office.
the first I had Ellis.
Yes.
I had Ellis first.
Yes.
So I'm trying to understand because I did forms when it comes to motions
Mhm.
for requests for counsel
Mhm.
to 40 me even have y'all.
Yeah.
So with her,
Mhm.
I had to do a request.
Yes.
So then I came back seeing Shaw. I had to do another request, which is in the file.
You shouldn't have had to do another
And
request.
so that's why I'm confused
But,
as to have an agreed order with you without a request. Because
But-
I've had to do
yeah.
2 requests for the 2 attorneys I have,
Yeah.
no request for
Yeah.
you.
And the answer is you shouldn't have had to do that second request because once you have the public defender, you have
Okay,
the
that's
public
why I'm
defender.
confused. You see
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
that's
Why
what
I'm
happened
confused
there.
with
Yeah.
you is to even us speaking or even talking in this court date because I had that second request and an appointed at an AOC 205 and an AOC 350, an appointed and a request for counsel on contingency.
Yeah.
So then I have no clue what's going on with you
Well,
at all.
Yeah.
All I know is I seen an
She got-
agreed order.
Yeah.
Let me give you an example.
So-
A judge,
But
I'm thinking,
That-
even if you was up there and she was in that courtroom, the judge has the power to say, hey, this is your attorney now. Does he not? Can he do
Yes.
that?
so then
and,
how did
and then there's no order. It's just ordered by him. So
yeah, but
it was just an avenue.
so then it bounces back to the second request
yeah, and
that I did with
the
Shaw.
answer
Well, we'll
is,
talk about that after she
yeah.
finishes.
but the answer to that is they shouldn't have made you do a second request at all.
That's why the information
Yeah.
on that's why she
I
can't
know.
contact me.
I know.
That's why
Yeah.
none of the state
Yeah.
appointed attorneys can contact me because of that request
But
and the
I
information.
can
being-
now, but I can now, so that's what matters. So I'm assuming you still want to go to trial. Do you have the discovery?
No, I never even went over discovery.
Okay,
No,
well then.
nothing's happened in this case over a year. Isn't there a statute?
looks like-
And that's.
The judge can do what he decides to do, baby.
But Jeremy said that the prosecutor was not going to throw it out and it could not get dismissed.
Okay,
So I will say there is an offer right now. It is a dismissal with conditions.
right, we've heard that, and she
Yeah,
she
they
turned that down.
they changed it a little bit.
Okay.
Instead of anger management classes, it would be a mental health evaluation with the
what?
life skills class.
What kind of class?
Mental health evaluation,
Okay.
basically see a therapist.
Okay, I got you.
With the life skills class, which is that online course, which is just part of the monitoring, and then the court costs and no contact with. I'm pretty sure you didn't know that person, right?
No.
Exactly. So no contact wouldn't be an issue. But then it would be dismissed on the condition you do that mental health evaluation, that online class, and pay some court costs. That's the offer. So instead of the anger management course that it was, it's just a mental health evaluation. Makes it a little simpler, and then your insurance might cover it depending on your insurance.
So just hypothetically, let's just say that the I'm gonna call it a psych evaluation. Law and order. That's what it is. It comes back and it's not a positive one.
I mean, at that point, just follow recommendations, essentially. And I mean, it doesn't have to be through a doctor chosen by the state or anything. It can be, if you have your own doctor.
Can I get that in writing? Where's the offer in writing?
That's
The
protocol.
offer, it's in
police.
abbreviations, but it is here in writing.
Can I get a copy of it today or something to take home with me?
Yeah, I mean, I can make a copy of it. It's in abbreviations, but it's the same sheet, but they just crossed it out and changed it to a mental health evaluation instead of anger management. But I can get a copy of that.
If you would mind.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, and it's from January 9th. It's
That
not.
was when the offer was originally made in January 9th, but then they changed it today. Instead of anger management courses, they don't think you need anger management courses.
Right.
They changed it to the mental health
Who changed
evaluation
it,
today.
Judge?
No, the judge can't touch the offer. It was one of the
Oh,
prosecutors.
prosecutors, okay.
It was one of the prosecutors. He changed it to a mental health evaluation instead. That would maybe make it a little bit easier to do for you, and
Outside of just dismissing it.
outside of, they're not gonna
Yeah, they're
just
not gonna
straight
dismiss
dismiss it. They want you to jump through a couple of hoops for it. I know you've been coming back to court all these times. This is what their offer is. If you don't want it, great. I
Wait.
can get you the discovery, make sure you have a chance to go through that.
Yeah, I would like to go over discovery.
Yeah.
But even with a bail's bond up, and then also I had court on the 14th,
Mhm.
a court on, and I had for you 9/22 September for a failure to wear a seatbelt. It was not on the docket.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure all that out as well.
Yeah, that was before I even had this
Right.
docket. Let me double check.
I didn't mean to throw you off.
No, you're good.
Yeah,
you're
that's a lot
good.
going on.
If you have other cases going on, we should be looking at everything.
Right, now I'm just wondering why
So-
these weren't consolidated
Yeah,
a long
and
time
the
ago.
answer might be because
Is that still an open deal?
I'm trying to figure
For
that
the notice of
out.
submission.
Sometimes
Did you pay
cases.
The what?
Did you pay the ticket for the seatbelt?
No, I came in here because they said if you couldn't come in here, I wasn't even on an official
Mm-hmm.
docket. In it's prepayable, and the address says come here. So there was no. This is what I came here. I came here to talk to the judge, and there was no. My name was there was no. I was not on there.
Okay, you weren't on there because it wasn't expired yet. So we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Well, let me look that up. My guess is, I see it. My guess is that what happened was, for some reason, all of your cases that you've ever had should be linked together in the court system. For some reason, yours were not linked together because they didn't put your social security number in this one. And so they weren't linked together, but I found that case, and let me double check. It's showing an FTA, but that should have been.
A failure to pay a
Recall.
fine or something. I don't understand how I'm a failure to appear.
Well, that's the way it is. You
Yeah,
pay the fine.
DOT.
Now, if you don't pay the fine,
No,
Then
but
you
it's
get-
entered as a failure to appear. But I came in that I
Yeah.
wasn't on the docket, so to me it should be a failure to pay a fine.
What day did you come in?
9/22.
Okay.
And then there's arraignment at
For-
8:30 and 4 p.m.
Yeah,
How's there
for
two
some-
arraignments?
Yeah, okay, yeah, 4 p.m.
How is that?
hold on, baby.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm getting worked up because
No,
it's coming back to
it's
me now. Trying to,
understandable. I mean,
I don't mean to be
understand
abrasive,
that's
yeah.
frustrating because
but
this
I'm like,
never should have happened.
I'm unprepared to
Um,
even speak to you. So
Okay,
She's
let me go
explaining.
talk to the clerk and try and get that case back on today so we can get that FTA lifted, okay?
Okay.
okay.
And then as far as the.
And so, can I get a copy and a copy of the unofficial docket today?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna.
You can do
Find
that
it.
before.
I was
we
gonna
leave.
say I took notes on this and there's people's phone
Okay.
numbers on there, so I'm not gonna.
No, I'm just
let
saying
me-
before I leave
yeah,
today, I
was
would just
gonna
like
say,
it.
Let me
I
didn't wanna
just
forget.
scribble this out because I don't want to
I
give
got
you people's phone numbers.
Yeah.
Right.
But okay, I'll just scribble out my notes and then I can get a copy of this as well.
I'm trying to think fast and.
Yeah. So let me go get a
Thank you
copy
so
of this
much.
for
Right,
you,
thank
and
you.
I'll have the. I've been stealing pads of sticky notes
So
from
who's the
everybody in this building.
prosecutor?
So you're actually an attorney.
Yes, I am.
Well, you must have flew through law school.
I graduated college a little early.
Oh, you did.
I've been doing this for a couple years though.
That's good.
So you work for a private law firm as well?
No, I'm with the public defender's
you're with
office.
the
I am not a contract attorney.
think
Like
that's-
Ms.
Okay.
Ellis was with the public defender's
Okay.
office, and then the cases got contracted out. The contract expired, and unexpectedly, the central office said we're not going to renew it, and so it came back to us, and now it's in office again.
I got you.
Which is good because that way we can coordinate with other people. And if you need to get a hold of us, it's just the public defender's office. You don't have to track down some private attorney.
Okay.
So let me get this taken care of,
Thank you.
and I'll get
Thank
you
you.
these copies, okay?
Thank you. That makes no sense. And see, this is where I'm saying the monetary events as to today, no compensation. I would have to think about it, but I'm trying to. So then,
As far as the seatbelt thing goes, Jordan, the only time you will be on a docket, you won't be on a docket to pay it. The only time you will be on it, because I had a seatbelt case, and you only get on. You only appear on it only goes before the judge if you don't pay the ticket.
And that's why I was trying to go before the judge.
I'm not following you.
Because
Did
I don't
you pay
have
the
I
ticket?
don't have no money to pay it. So that's why I wanted to go
Okay,
before the
so-
judge.
so-
I don't have the real
so-
argument I
okay,
had then,
so
but
what should
then
have
I
happened?
came in, I wasn't on the docket.
Well, there was no docket.
So then why am I a failure to appear? When it's administratively, it should be a failure to pay a fine. I
Well,
understand what
some-
you're saying.
yeah,
I'm just
somehow-
well now that I see the foul, it's just like how did that happen?
What it sounds like is just what she said. Too many people in the kitchen.
Right. So
But again, no matter how much it inconveniences you,
that's the thing where it's like
they're
the
immune.
right, and
it
that's
doesn't give us
why I'm going to the administrative court.
But,
I'm gonna talk to the chief, right?
It doesn't give us.
But then monetary events on information just on punitive and monetary. I get what you're saying though.
Yeah,
I know there's a
mean,
whole area there, gray
no
area.
matter how high you go,
And then I would have to file clerk.
Like I said, I got arrested.
Clerk. There's clerk. You can clerk complaints, and send it to
Yeah.
Frankfurt. That's what I would have to do for
and
this.
I did that, but
Yeah.
nothing from nothing.
And send the
between
file
me.
to the administrative court and put it under review.
So, but what should have happened was because paying, for a seatbelt violation
Then they weren't.
is not a mandatory court.
But then they should have been consolidated anyway, and I should have been
Yeah,
in front
they
of.
should have
I
came
should
up
have
with
been
some
back
shit
in front of
and
the
didn't
same
because,
judge. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
As to why I went it that way. You see what I mean? And so why? But I'm just looking at it administratively. Too many hands. I'm like, what? How's it walking and learning?
Well, you fell through the loop. Is what you fell through a crack.
You see what I'm saying? And so it's hard for
unfortunately,
me.
We don't have any recourse other than writing a letter to the
Right,
congressman
and so
or
that's what I'm prepared.
something like that.
So then
But there's no legal
Yeah, I'm just
recourse
learning that.
for them to make them.
But
error.
I'm willing to prepare that and make that argument as to you experiencing it, everybody's in this same monetary events, and there being immunity and nothing but just our lives being affected and costing us money and mental this and that.
Before she gets back,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not saying this for you to take this route.
The offer,
But what they're offering is that evaluation.
right? Because I would go at it from a legal abuse
could
standpoint.
Work in your favor.
Right? No, I know. I was listening to that.
As far as you trying to get Social
Right.
Security and not work and do whatever you're doing.
Right? Yeah, I was
So-
listening when they changed that, but then it's just
But if it's the principal, then stick with your principal. I'm just saying, that's a opportunity.
because when they say mental, I'm trying to. What I want to get on the record is what is a legal abuse.
What is who?
What is legal abuse when it comes to mental and being in the system and stuff like that?
I don't think it's called legal abuse. I think it would be called the same thing, like when police target people.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I mean by the mental mental value. That's where I'm going with it.
But-
I don't know how I would approach that yet, but
you would have to have. I mean,
the evaluation, the offer.
Well, no, not that. You would have to have tangible evidence
Body
of
cams.
somebody repeatedly.
The discovery, yeah, yeah.
Not failure
right,
to do their job.
right, gotcha.
Because that's covered under immunity. But if somebody keeps, for instance, I got arrested.
So when I got the no seatbelt,
Mm-hmm.
the guy said, I said, call the city attorney because I'm already in court. Da 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 da. I have a document. He has it on body cam. He said, I will not leave you alone.
Not give you what?
He said, I was like, because I was like, can you stay away from call the city attorney because Ken Howard is their attorney, which
He wasn't gonna do that.
right. So, but my thing is when there's a code of when somebody tells you what you're not used to get who's responsible for you, which I know you're probably not. As me, as representing myself, you're not prepared for. That means you do it to make sure that you have protection. So, but he said, I'm not going to leave you alone.
Not gonna what?
He said he was not going to leave me alone or stay away from me.
Oh.
And so, and then didn't take my license or anything or insurance card, but just wrote a citation out for no seatbelt. Claim he seen me with no seatbelt.
Best you could do on that. you know, the officer has some discretion on how he proceeds. He
Right.
didn't even have to give you a ticket.
Right.
He could have just gave you a warning.
Right,
It's
but
his
then,
discretion.
but then did that, but then we get pulled over when we're leaving church, then I get a warning. But I
Okay.
couldn't get a warning with no seatbelt when he didn't even take my license or nothing.
Completely up to
But that's
the
EPD,
officer.
and those the same ones who are outside in this case, as the continuance of it, you see what I'm saying? As to
Thank
the
you.
offer, as to
Thank
the
you, Rob.
offer,
Oh,
thank you.
Sorry,
I
that door,
appreciate
I
it.
thought it was gonna stick.
As to the offer, you know what I mean?